The median home price in the United States just hit $420,000. Meanwhile, there are 5 countries where you can literally buy a second passport for less money than that house would cost you. Not a visa, not residency, full citizenship with a passport that opens doors worldwide. But choosing the wrong program can permanently cost you hundreds of thousands, with no passport and no refund. One of these instant citizenships looks like the best deal, but quietly became the worst value after recent rule changes. These aren't scam programs or sketchy deals. These are legitimate government-run citizenship by investment schemes that have been operating for decades. The twist? Most people have never heard of them, and the ones who think they cost millions. Today, we're breaking down exactly what these programs cost, what you get for your money, and why some of the world's wealthiest individuals are quietly securing these backup passports while everyone else debates mortgage rates. Starting with the speed demon of the citizenship world. Vanuatu sits in the South Pacific about 1,200 miles east of Australia. Most people couldn't find it on a map if their life depended on it. But here's what makes this island nation special. They'll hand you a passport in as little as 30 days. The official program is called the Development Support Program. The minimum investment for a single applicant is $130,000 as a non-refundable donation to the government. Add in due diligence fees, processing costs, and agent commissions, and the total typically runs between $150,000 to $170,000. Compare that to the average American house price, and you're looking at roughly 60% savings. But speed isn't the only advantage here. Vanuatu passport holders get visa-free access to over 120 countries, including the entire European Union for 90 days at a time. The country has 0 income tax, 0 capital gains tax, and 0 inheritance tax. If you're looking to optimize your tax situation legally while maintaining mobility, this becomes incredibly attractive. The lifestyle factor is worth considering too. Vanuatu consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries on Earth according to the Happy Planet Index. White sand beaches, crystal clear water, and a cost of living that's roughly 40% lower than most Western countries. But here's the catch that most people don't realize up front. While Vanuatu offers the fastest processing time, their passport is also the weakest in terms of global mobility compared to the other options we'll cover. You won't get visa-free access to the United States, Canada, or Australia with a Vanuatu passport. For those interested in diving deeper into the specific requirements, application processes, and advanced tax planning strategies for these programs, the Horizon Society School Group provides comprehensive guides. Would you trade speed for travel flexibility? Keep that question in mind as we move to the gold standard. St. Kitts and Nevis holds the distinction of being the world's oldest citizenship by investment program. Launched in 1984, this dual-island nation in the Caribbean has been perfecting their process for over 40 years. Here's where things get interesting from a price perspective. In early 2024, St. Kitts doubled their minimum investment requirement. The donation option now starts at $250,000 for a single applicant, plus fees that typically add another $30,000 to $40,000 to the total. Even with the price increase, you're still looking at roughly $300,000 all in. That's still about $120,000 less than the median US home price. But what you get for that premium is significantly more passport power. St. Kitts citizenship includes visa-free access to over 150 countries, including the entire European Union and the United Kingdom. The passport consistently ranks in the top 30 globally for travel freedom. The tax benefits mirror Vanuatu with 0 taxes on worldwide income, capital gains, or inheritance for non-residents. The difference is credibility. St. Kitts has never had their citizenship program suspended or investigated by major international bodies. Their due diligence process is considered the most thorough in the industry. There's also the real estate option if you prefer tangible assets over donations. You can invest $400,000 in approved real estate projects and still qualify for citizenship. After 7 years, you can sell the property and potentially recover your investment. The lifestyle upgrade here is substantial. St. Kitts offers world-class medical facilities, international schools, and a stable political environment that's been democracy since independence. Plus, it's only a 3-hour flight from Miami. But the real twist comes with our next destination where you can actually get your money back. St. Lucia introduced their citizenship program in 2016, making them one of the newer players in this space. What makes their program unique is the National Economic Fund bond option that most people completely overlook. Instead of making a non-refundable donation, you can purchase non-interest-bearing government bonds worth $300,000. The key word here is recoverable. After 5 years, you can redeem these bonds and get your full investment back. Think about that for a moment. You're essentially getting a St. Lucian passport for the opportunity cost of $300,000 over 5 years, plus processing fees of around $20,000. St. Lucia passport holders enjoy visa-free access to over 140 countries, including the European Union, United Kingdom, and most of the Caribbean. The country operates under English common law, uses the Eastern Caribbean dollar, and has a stable democratic government. From a lifestyle perspective, St. Lucia is consistently ranked as one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean. The country has invested heavily in tourism infrastructure, meaning world-class resorts, restaurants, and amenities. The healthcare system is modern, and the education system follows the British model. The tax situation is favorable for non-residents with no taxes on foreign income. Up to this point, these programs sound almost too good. And that's exactly where most buyers stop asking the dangerous questions. Now, let's talk about the program that's become famous for having the lowest barrier to entry. Dominica's Citizenship program launched in 1993 and has built a reputation for being the most affordable option in the Caribbean. The minimum donation for a single applicant is $100,000, with total costs typically running around $125,000 after fees. That makes it roughly 70% cheaper than buying an average American home. But don't mistake affordable for low quality. Dominican passport holders get visa-free access to over 140 countries, including the European Union. The country has strong diplomatic relationships, particularly with China, which opens additional travel opportunities that other Caribbean passports don't provide. Dominica is known as the nature island of the Caribbean, with 365 rivers, pristine rainforests, and some of the cleanest air on the planet. The country has committed to becoming the world's first climate-resilient nation, making it an interesting long-term play for environmental sustainability. The tax benefits follow the Caribbean pattern, with zero taxes on foreign income for non-residents. What's particularly attractive about Dominica is their approach to dual citizenship. They explicitly allow dual citizenship and don't require you to renounce your existing nationality. The processing time typically runs 3 to 6 months, which splits the difference between Vanuatu's speed and St. Kitts' thoroughness. Their due diligence process is comprehensive but efficient. Here's what most people don't realize about the cheapest option. Dominica has been quietly building relationships with emerging markets that could make their passport more valuable over time. They've signed visa waiver agreements with several African and Asian countries that the other Caribbean nations haven't secured yet. Which option feels most realistic so far? Keep that in mind as we shift gears completely and head to a program that comes with real estate included. Turkey's Citizenship by Investment program launched in 2017. The current requirement is $400,000 in real estate investment, but here's why that number is misleading. Unlike the Caribbean donation programs, Turkey allows you to sell the property after 3 years. If you choose well and the market performs, you could potentially recover most or even all of your investment while keeping the passport. Turkish passport holders get visa-free access to over 110 countries. While that's lower than the Caribbean options, Turkey offers something none of the island nations can match: geographic positioning between Europe and Asia, with major metropolitan areas like Istanbul. The lifestyle factor here is completely different from tropical islands. Istanbul is a major international business hub with world-class infrastructure, healthcare, and educational institutions. The cost of living is roughly 50% lower than most Western European cities, but you get similar amenities and cultural experiences. Turkey's economy has shown remarkable resilience despite regional challenges. The real estate market, particularly in Istanbul and coastal areas, has attracted significant international investment. Many Citizenship by Investment participants view the Turkish program as the only one where they might actually make money on their investment. That upside only exists if you choose the right property. Many applicants overpay and erase the entire advantage. The tax situation is more complex than the Caribbean options, but Turkey offers significant advantages for entrepreneurs and business owners looking to expand into Middle Eastern and European markets. Here's something most people don't consider. Turkey is actively negotiating visa waiver agreements with major economies including the United States. If those negotiations succeed, Turkish passport holders could gain significantly more travel freedom in the coming years. Now let's address the elephant in the room that nobody talks about when discussing these programs. Every single one of these citizenship options comes with ongoing obligations that most people completely ignore during the initial research phase. These aren't one-time transactions where you pay money and forget about it. Most programs require you to maintain your investment for a minimum period. Caribbean programs typically require donation recipients to avoid criminal activity that could reflect poorly on the country. Some programs have physical presence requirements, though they're usually minimal. The bigger consideration is tax compliance in your home country. United States citizens, for example, must report foreign financial accounts and continue paying U.S. taxes regardless of their second citizenship. Renouncing U.S. citizenship is a separate, complex process that involves significant tax implications. But here's what makes these programs genuinely valuable beyond just the passport itself. These countries actively market themselves as safe havens for international business and investment. They've built infrastructure specifically to serve high-net-worth individuals who want geographic diversification. St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and Dominica all offer sophisticated banking systems that cater to international clients. Vanuatu has positioned itself as a low-regulation jurisdiction for certain types of businesses. Turkey provides access to European markets through its customs union with the EU. The real value proposition isn't just mobility, it's optionality. Having a second citizenship means having alternatives if your home country's political or economic situation deteriorates. It means having backup plans that don't depend on visa applications or government approvals. Consider what happened during the early days of the pandemic when international borders closed with little warning. Citizens could return home. Visa holders and tourists were stranded or forced to leave immediately. The wealthy understood this principle long before coronavirus made it obvious to everyone else. Multiple citizenship is insurance against uncertainty. Here's the final piece most people miss when comparing these programs to US real estate prices. Real estate is illiquid. If you need to access that $400,000 quickly, selling a house could take months and involve significant transaction costs. These citizenship programs, once completed, provide immediate access to new banking jurisdictions, tax planning opportunities, and global mobility that a house simply cannot match. The appreciation potential varies significantly. US real estate might appreciate over time, but it's also subject to local market conditions, property taxes, maintenance costs, and regulatory changes. A second passport, by contrast, can only become more valuable as global mobility becomes increasingly important. Looking at pure numbers, every single one of these programs costs less than the median American home while providing benefits that real estate cannot match. The question isn't whether these programs offer good value. The question is which one aligns best with your specific goals and risk tolerance. For speed and simplicity, Vanuatu dominates. For prestige and global access, St. Kitts remains the gold standard despite recent price increases. For capital preservation, St. Lucia's bond option provides unique advantages. For affordability, Dominica continues to offer the lowest barrier to entry. For investment potential, Turkey combines citizenship with real estate opportunity. The reality is that these programs won't stay at current pricing levels indefinitely. Caribbean nations have consistently increased their minimum investment requirements over time as demand has grown. Getting in at today's prices means locking in costs that could double in the coming years. Whether you're looking at this as insurance, investment, or lifestyle upgrade, the math is clear. These citizenship programs provide more value per dollar than traditional real estate investment while opening doors that money alone cannot buy. Check the link below for detailed cost breakdowns, processing timelines, and due diligence requirements for each program. You'll also find information about connecting with experienced professionals who can guide you through the application process and help you choose the option that best fits your situation. The Horizon Society School Group provides ongoing support and updates as these programs evolve, because in this rapidly changing world, having options isn't just smart planning, it's essential.